guys, how you doing? Just finished watching Beyond the Black Rainbow. The film originally came out in 2010, but I finally just got around to watching it, and it's the first film by this guy named Panos Cosmatos, I believe is his name. The big thing with this movie was, besides the name that I thought was really cool, was when you see it, it's just the art direction and the cinematography. It's sort of like a throwback to like an 80s sci-fi type flick. You definitely have your influences, early Cronenberg, and then you have like your Stanley Kubrick, sort of fade to red and stuff, and it just kind of gave me a little bit of a headache, but it's really cool to watch. I mean, the story revolves around this place called Arboria. It's like an institute, and this doctor, and he has this girl captive there, but if you read the synopsis, it basically discusses the girl being captured, but the real story is this guy, Dr. Barry Nile, and he's the one that has her captured, and it takes place in 1983, and he's like a older hippie, and they have these scenes where they show him doing all this metaphysical shit, and it's kind of like that's how it ties in. They've kind of developed like these psychic powers, and he has this girl trapped, but the story is really his journey. He has this really cool artificial look to him, and at times he kind of overacts it a little bit, but it was really cool because it comes off, he looks kind of mannequinish, like, and then there's a couple of transformation scenes, a little bit of like Altered States, that old movie too, and I don't know, that's the look they were going for, that old 80s look, and it's kind of like the science fiction version of Hobo with a Shotgun. It's like a throwback type film. That's kind of reminded me of the one thing that really ruins this film, though, is that besides the story of the doctor that's interesting, the rest of the story is just, there's nothing. I mean, and there's nothing really for him to get into with anybody either except this girl, and you really don't know why they hint to what's going on with him and the girl, but I don't know. The story with him was just flat. I mean, there's no story. This movie's all like, just the way it looks, style. Very stylish. It looks really good, but, and it's pretty inventive and all that. I mean, I think it's worth recommending just for the way it looks, checking it out. It has such a unique look, but the story goes nowhere, and it just, at the ending was just ridiculous. I mean, the character transforming is cool, but the way they finished it off at the end was just ridiculous. Once they left the Arboria, the company, they should have just cut it right there. We didn't need to know what happened to the characters, and you find out what happens to them, and it just kind of ruins the whole rest of the film, I thought. Not that the film is great, but like I said, if you want to see something different, unique, definitely check out Beyond the Black Rainbow. Some really cool stuff. The soundtrack's also really good. It's just very like, kind of 80s, just sounding, Terminator, John Carpenter type style stuff. So yeah, definitely check it out. Not too many people have done videos on YouTube about it, but it's a unique film. It's definitely worth seeing. 3 out of 5 stars because the story didn't go anywhere, but yeah, it's worth checking out, I think. And I'm kind of interested to see what this Panos Cosmatos guy, if he ever makes another film, what it's going to be like, because this one looked good. I'll give him that.